When I first heard about FBC Firebreak, I was all ears. I'm a sucker for anything supernatural or paranormal, and knowing it was related to the Alan Wake and Control universe, I was all in. I mean, you've got weird supernatural enemies, co-op PvE, that's the kind of game that grabs my attention fast. It was kind of announced out of nowhere, but when Remedy is behind something, you obviously pay attention. The buzz around the game picked up quickly, fueled by its unique gameplay structure and the signature weirdness Remedy is known for. And at first, it lands. The setup is strong, the world feels dangerous in the right ways, and the core gameplay shows promise. But it doesn't take long before a few pieces start falling out of place. Some systems lack depth, and the momentum slips quicker than expected. So, here's the breakdown, where FBC Firebreak shines, where it stumbles, and whether it's earned a seat at the table. In FBC Firebreak, you spend most of your time inside the oldest house, completing objectives while fending off paranormal entities. Before each mission, you can tweak difficulty, clearance, and corruption. The more you risk, the more you gain, earning materials to upgrade your character, toolkits, and weapons. It's a formula we've seen many times before. This structure reminded me of my time with Helldivers 2, but Firebreak suffers the same fate. It becomes stale too quickly. Helldivers stayed exciting longer thanks to its unique stratagems, diverse planets and maps, and an expansive arsenal. Firebreak just doesn't reach the same scale anywhere. One of the most annoying things, the mini-games throughout the mission. Whether you're repairing, restoring power, or putting out a fire, it's always the same button mashing L1, R1 over and over. No tension, no challenge. The only way around this is to have the right tool for the job, but anything that tool can't fix, get ready to slam L1, R1. The good news, the combat feels great. Weapons are punchy, responsive, and satisfying. The controls are simple and tight, but the game does a poor job explaining toolkits and how to coordinate their use in co-op. Remedy did admit this, and they're currently working on it. Unfortunately, the replay loop just isn't strong. With only 5 job types and 6 weapons at launch, things get repetitive fast. Even shelters on the map always appear in the same place. Remedy didn't want this to be a grindy live service game, but that's no excuse for a lack of meaningful variety. I came in hoping this would be a casual drop-in, drop-out experience. I just didn't expect to be dropping out so soon. You'll still have some fun moments, especially when playing with friends on higher difficulty missions. At higher levels, you feel like a real powerhouse, once you get proper unlocks, of course. But once you've seen everything the game has to offer, which won't take long, the motivation to keep playing dries up. Coming off the Lake House DLC in Alan Wake 2, it was great to revisit familiar FBC territory. The game looks crisp, the enemy designs are weird and offbeat, and the atmosphere nails that eerie, unsettling vibe. But that atmosphere can't hide the cracks. Enemy variety is extremely limited, and you'll fight the same handful of foes again and again, no matter which mission or map you choose. The world looks awesomely strange, but it doesn't feel alive. Storytelling is also oddly minimal. The game drops you in without too much of a backstory or framing. For longtime Remedy fans, that might be fine, but new players might be left scratching their heads. There's no continued narration, no cinematics, just bits of dialogue and menus. And even those feel disconnected from the actual gameplay and what's going on in the world. That said, I did enjoy how characters react to situations on the map. Screaming when lit on fire, awkward remarks while showering to heal, it adds some personality to the mission flow. On the audio front, things hold up well. Weapons sound impactful, enemy noises are sharp, and ambient tension lands when it needs to. Nothing award-worthy, but it all works. Solid, serviceable, and nothing to complain about. FBC Firebreak is a co-op shooter with a strong foundation, slick gunplay, quirky enemies, and an offbeat world full of potential. But that potential is held back by thin content, weak variety, and barely there storytelling. Launching with only 5 job types and 6 weapons is a misstep. Recycled objectives and static map layouts kill replayability fast. And while Remedy's trying to avoid the live service trap, there still needs to be something to keep players coming back. Right now, there simply isn't. The one silver lining, the developers are listening. They promise free content updates, more jobs, weapons, and improvements based on community feedback. If they deliver, this game could evolve into something much more. But as it stands, it's missing too many pieces. The gameplay's got muscle, but the world needs more life, and the whole thing needs more time to grow.